Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Sunshine Coast Airport here in Queensland. It's a nice and humid and slightly wet, strange afternoon here at Sunshine Coast. Today I'm going to be flying on board Bonza on their very first flight from here in Sunshine Coast down to Melbourne Tullamarine. It's their first ever flight to Tullamarine Airport from anywhere, at least with passengers. I flew up with them. The trip report's already out. In fact, at the time of speaking, it's uploading. But yeah, as I was saying, I flew up this morning on the very first flight with Bonza from Tullamarine. Now we're going back on the first flight. So, yeah. Now just here in the terminal, it would appear that the check-in's not open, even though it's, I think, only, it's 92 minutes before departure. Anyways, I guess let's wait and then check in. Check-in completed. I didn't do it online earlier because I wanted a boarding pass anyway. Staff are very friendly. It literally just opened 90 minutes before departure. So I got my boarding pass and no bags to check, so I just got carry-on, which is all that's included with the base Bonza fare anyway. So let's head through here. It's a very strange pathway through security. I have been through here once before, so I know that, but yeah, let's head in here and go through security and check out Airside. Okay, so just gone through security. It's not very automated then, it's a bit slow, but it could be worse. But yeah, it's not great here. They are upgrading the terminal, thankfully. It's a pretty average one, especially with Bonza having their hub here now. They'll have multiple flights a day soon. They already do actually have a couple flights most days. But yeah, there's just a coffee place there, but it looks closed. Rip Curl, news agency. There's a sushi just over there, and sumo salad over there. So yeah, there's a couple of places to get some food. You should be able to find a little something. Oh, and there's the Swell Cafe. So yeah, should be able to find something you want to eat, but there's definitely not a really wide variety of things, but it's okay. So just going to relax here for a couple hours. Doesn't look like there's going to be any celebrations, which I wasn't really expecting. So yeah. We've just had a boarding announcement, actually exactly 9 minutes early. This line here isn't us, we're further down that way at gate 7, but this line here is for Jetstar Sydney. In typical Jetstar fashion, they've asked everybody to board about 10 minutes ago, and a couple minutes ago they said that they're not ready aboard yet because the crew haven't said that they're ready, so yeah. Anyways, let's head over that way in just a moment and board. Now time to board. Thank you. There's Bazaar, our plane for today. This is Victor Hotel, uniform Juliet Kilo. As I was saying before, I saw Tim Jordan being ground crew here on the ground. I don't think I've ever seen another CEO do that on a proper flight. Anyway, nice guy by the way. And yeah, as I was saying, my plane for today is Victor Hotel, uniform Juliet Kilo. It's a 2019 built 737 MAX 8, originally ordered by Lot Polish, but it wasn't taken up in 2019 due to, I'm not sure if it was because of the pandemic in the end, because it was painted into the Lot livery, I think, or at least it entered the Polish registration, but then for whatever reason they didn't take up the order, and then Bonza took it over and took delivery in 2022.
again?
Yep.
27 Alpha, darling. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome on board the Bonza 737 MAX 8. Seats are in a 3-3 layout. My seat for today will be 27A on the right side of the aircraft and boarding from the front. Welcome on board the Bonza Boeing 737 MAX 8, seats 27A. Now let's go through the seat features of this aircraft. The legroom on this aircraft is 76 to 79 centimetres. Oh, I forgot last flight, but I'll see if I can measure it with my phone. But yeah, either way, it's something like 30 to 31 inches, which is actually really good for a low-cost carrier and better than the likes of Qantas and similar to Virgin Australia and Rex. But yeah, more than the Jetstar A321neo, which is probably the main competitor in terms of like new fleet and everything. So very, very good there. Individual seat pockets here for your own items. Just make sure things don't fall out the edges there because there's nothing on the edges. Here's the tray table, which you can pull down like this. It's clean and you can pull it out and push it in, but it's not foldable. There's a USB port here and coat hooks on the side of each seat. There's a safety instruction card and nothing else in there. That's a literature pocket. There's also a universal power socket down there, which is great and not consistently seen on any other Australian airline. Oh, and finally, of course, the headrest, which is very, very smoothly adjustable. And just like the thumb there, I give it a thumbs up. It's a great seat here on board Bonza, and I look forward to flying it more in the future, since it's a very comfortable product for a couple hours on a budget carrier.
Please place your larger bags into your overhead lockers and the smaller bags underneath the seats in front of you. If you are seated in exit row, all your belongings need to be put into the overhead lockers for takeoff and landing. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking and these electronic cigarettes are not permitted at any time.
It's my pleasure to introduce the cabin crew legends flying you to Melbourne this afternoon. Your pilots are Captain Mike McCall and First Officer Elwyn Toms. Your legends in the cabin are Danielle, Mandy and Tate. Once again, my name is Michelle. Please remove any headphones and pause all electronic devices for the safety demonstration. We ask that you give the cabin crew your attention for the next few minutes, even if you fly often. Adjust by pulling the strap, and to release, lift the metal buckle. Your seatbelt must be securely fastened whenever you are seated, directed by your crew, and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Doors at the front, 4 exits over the wings, and 2 doors at the back. Take a moment to locate your nearest and alternative exit, remembering it may be behind you. A good idea is to count the number of seats between you and the exit, and guide you to the nearest exit. The cabin will be pressurised during the flight. If oxygen is required, masks like these will fall from the panel above you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask firmly down towards you. Remove any mouth coverings and place the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth like this and breathe normally, adjusting the mask if necessary. In the seat pocket in front of you there is a safety information card. Take a moment to read this card as it explains the emergency brace position and when to brace, as well as other important safety information. It is a requirement to follow all illuminated signs and crew members' instructions. Takeoff and landing. If your device becomes hot, drops between seats or gets caught during seat recline, please let the cabin crew know immediately. It is extremely important that you do not attempt to retrieve your device without the assistance of a crew member. Ensure you monitor your device during charging, but for takeoff, all devices must be removed from the charging ports.
now time for what looks to be a long taxi ahead.
All transmitting devices, including smartwatches, are to remain in flight mode. We do recommend that whilst you're seated, keep your seatbelt securely fastened. You can purchase food and drink from our All Aussie menu via the FlyBonza app, and our team of legends will deliver it to your seat. Our Bonza legends will be here in the cabin soon if you need any help. We accept credit cards only. On this aircraft we have 3 toilets, 1 at the front and 2 at the back of the aircraft. If the team or I can do anything to make your flight more Bonza, please do not hesitate to ask. For now, it's time to sit back, chill out and enjoy your flight to Melbourne. Also, ladies and gentlemen, once the seatbelt sign is switched off, if we could please get you seated. We've got some media moving through the cabin and it's a special moment for us. This Bonza flight will be the first one landing into Melbourne. So thank you so much for your understanding. He has just asked if you would kindly wave your hands and say Jace and Lauren at KISS 101.1. That would be fantastic. He's walking down with a purple hat on. And also please wave your flags if you have some. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
that's Gold Coast and Surfers Paradise down there.
To Melbourne flight BNZ 1024. Currently passing through 30,000 feet. Our climb to a cruising altitude of 38,000 feet and expecting a reasonably smooth flight all the way through to Melbourne. Present indications, we're touching down into Melbourne at 7:24 and we should have you disembarking shortly after that. If you'd like to adjust your watch, the local time in Victoria right now is coming up to 5:33. We have turned off the seatbelt sign. You are free to move around the cabin. While you are seated, please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened just in case we run into those unexpected turbulence. But for the time being, sit back and relax, enjoy the fantastic service of our team. And prior to top of descent into Melbourne, I'll get back to you again with some further details. But once again, welcome aboard.
Okay, it would seem after some media stuff there, I think we're at our cruising altitude of 38,000 feet, sorry. Yes, 38,000 feet. Cabin crew a couple minutes ago came around to give me the stuff that I ordered online. I'll show you that system a little bit later. But I ordered these brownies that I had earlier today in Melbourne. They are absolutely amazing. I was hoping it would be a bit bigger though, because this does cost $5. However, it's gluten-free actually, so maybe that's why it's a bit more expensive. But otherwise I would say $3.50 is a bit more reasonable for a little brownie like this. But still good. Assuming it's the same as I had this morning. It's an incredible brownie. Just got some soda water as well. In terms of the snacks and stuff, I actually think it's a pretty good selection. And overall, it's still really good for a low-cost carrier. And it's a pretty good price as well. And when you combo some of them up, like I comboed these two together and got it for $8.10. Otherwise it would have cost me $9 because it's $5 for this and $4 for this. So yeah. They also gave me a cup with ice, which even full service carriers don't do, from my experience. Not with ice anyway. That was sad. Let's pretend that didn't happen. And yeah, this is my sparkling water. So far, since we got to cruising altitude, it was quite bumpy on the climb, or a little bumpy at least. It's been pretty smooth since we got up here. Okay, so I think we're about approaching halfway through the flight. Now let's have a quick look at the Bonza entertainment / Onboard / nothing else. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at what you can buy. There's lots of combo deals, but let's have a look at Takeoff, which is kind of like Australian slang for food or snacks. So yeah, there's some very good things at some great prices. I like the cheese and these snack pizza bean thingos. $2, that is really good. And then these natural cheese snacks, the bread waffle, which I ate that on my flight up this morning. That review's already up on my channel, make sure to check that out if you want. And that was pretty tasty. And then there's muffin, the brownie, which is what I had. It's really good, but slightly overpriced, but it's a really good brownie. It's great quality, and if it was on any other airline, any other Australian airline, I wouldn't be complaining, to be honest, probably. But Bonza's prices for other things, like the Anzac biscuits at $2.50, is just very cheap, and it's at such a good price. Then if you want other things, there's also the sweet potato and hummus sandwich. Now, some of this stuff changes mid-flight, which is weird, because I think some stuff sell out. There was lavash crackers up here. Should have done this earlier, but I didn't realise it was going to sell out. There was a chicken wrap, and there was also a snag in a bag, as Bonza were calling them, which is just a hot dog basically. But it's good that it updates, I think, when there's nothing left. Let's have a look at the drinks. yes, it definitely does update because the orange juice is sold out, but there's alcohol-free beer, cola, ginger beer, spring water, soda water, which is what I have, tonic water, coffee, tea, peppermint tea, and green tea. So there's plenty of tea and coffee options. Then here's alcoholic beverages, which are not for me. By the way, as I said earlier, there's no trolleys, and they just bring them around on trays one by one, but it's not a bad service, and it's a lot quick compared to the very first flight I took with them a month or two back. Also, you can pay online or you can pay when they bring it to you. So, yeah, you can use Listener here, which I'm pretty sure you can just look at some podcasts and radio and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. It's not proper entertainment, there's no full movies, but honestly, I couldn't expect any more than this. In fact, I wouldn't expect even Listener to be there, which is good. This Bonza's longest flight, I think, is about 3 hours. They haven't launched it yet, but I think it's from Melbourne to probably Mackay, I think. I'm trying to use geography, or it might be Rockhampton, somewhere up there, but it's like 3 hours. So, yep, even for that, just radio and looking out the window, I think it should be enough, and I couldn't expect more for an ultra low-cost carrier like Bonza. Cabin crew now coming around real quick to collect any rubbish that we might have, and handing out final service. The cabin crew just came on and announced that if you want to buy anything else, we should do so now, since we will be descending in probably 5 to 10 minutes. So, yeah. It's very nice that they do that, and the crew are very friendly. It's been a super smooth flight since we got up here, and yeah, nice vibes here on board Bonza.
Just light sunny degrees, some scattered clouds in the area, and a temperature of 17 degrees. Present indication will be touching down into Melbourne at 7:27. We should have you disembarking shortly after that. If you'd like to adjust your watches at local time in Victoria right now, it's coming up to 7:02. But on behalf of all the crew, I'd like to thank you for flying with Bonza. Certainly hope that you've had an enjoyable flight. We look forward to the next time you travel. So once again, thank you and have a good evening. Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Sign in preparation for landing. Please make sure your seat back is upright with your armrest down. Your tray table is in the locked position and your window blind is open. Please place your cabin baggage under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers so that aisles and exits are completely clear. The captain has now switched on the seatbelt sign. Large electronic devices, including laptops, must be switched off and put away. You may continue to use your smaller electronic devices until we arrive at the gate, but all devices must be removed from the charging ports. Thank you.
The camera doesn't do it justice, but it's like a lot darker under the clouds here than it is above and here in rainy, sunny, cloudy on Melbourne. The Boeing sky interior lighting has now been switched on since Melbourne's so dark. Yeah, should be about to start our approach into Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. Okay, so now here on approach into Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. Very cloudy and gloomy today. should be landing on, I think, runway 16, if I'm correct. So, yeah. Now I guess let's do a quick conclusion of today's trip report, which only started off, well, mine started in Melbourne, but that's in a separate video. My Sunshine Coast journey today started off at Sunshine Coast International Airport. It's weird saying international because on a lot of websites it's listed as regional airport, but it does have one international flight to Auckland in winter and spring. So, yep. But look, the airport, it's not the best there. It's fine. I mean, it's slightly cooled, so a bit sheltered from the really warm Queensland air outside. Check-in, no self-check-in, but it was pretty quick since I got there right when it opened, which was lucky. And yeah, there's a bit of mist on this part of the window outside. But yeah, security was very average once again, not automated at all. Airside, there were a few food options, which was solid. Seating was fine, but there wasn't a lot of power supply options. Yeah, I really do look forward to them upgrading it, but it does the job for now. And then boarding was actually a little bit early and executed pretty well. Tim Jordan was on the ground there, so that was interesting. And then once we're in the air, we were in for a very nice flight, a little bit of a bumpy climb, but otherwise it's been very smooth. Friendly crew, quick service, really good food prices and tasty food and drinks. And the seat is really, really good for a low-cost carrier. So overall, it's been an amazing flight with Bonza. Here on the very first flight to Melbourne Tullamarine Onboard Bonza. I'm very happy to be a part of this very special day for Australia and the aviation world and Bonza, of course. And congratulations to Tim Jordan and everyone else that's involved in Bonza. They've done a great job. So, yep, let's hope they stick around. I'm sure they will. Well, I really hope they will anyway. In terms of competition on this route, it's Jetstar, sometimes A321 or A321neo, mostly A320 though. Virgin 737-800 and Qantas 737-800, and if you're going from Sydney it can be a 717 on Qantas. I don't know what the prices are, but what I can say is that unless you get Jetstar on a really good, really good sale, I think Bonza's definitely the best option, even though I don't know the prices, I'm sure it would be. So yeah, anyways, enjoy the landing into Melbourne. We're getting a few bumps on final. Airline's A330 is here in Melbourne. Haven't seen that for a while. Welcome to Melbourne, Bonza.
Very warm welcome to Melbourne, where the local time is 7:29. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. If your mobile phones are within reach, you are welcome to use these now. If you are leaving us via the tarmac, we ask that all electronic devices are not used until you have entered the terminal. Before leaving, please check your seat for all your personal belongings and be really careful when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have moved during your flight. special moments together, and if you're here for business, don't work too hard. We hope you've all had a great day celebrating Bonza's first flight between Sunshine Coast and Melbourne. Today we'd like to welcome our mates at Melbourne Victory who are on board. Bonza are a proud partner of the team. We wish them all the well for their game this weekend and for the season, so go Victory!
Here's the emergency exit row with extra legroom. See ya, thank you, bye. Thank you, see ya.
See you, mate.
Bye. Welcome to Melbourne. Well, what a day it's been here flying on board Bonza, Australia's newest airline. So I think now's a pretty good time for me to finish up today's video. First of all, as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed it would be very much appreciated, but it's not necessary nor expected. Check out my website at aviation763.com for information on upcoming flights and easier navigation to certain airlines' trip reports. By the way, I don't update that very often. I updated it yesterday for the first time in like 6 weeks. So yeah, I do apologise for that. Yeah, also check out my Instagram if you like it, aviation763_. I post lots of stories from my flights there. And yeah, so if you want to have a look at them, it's occasionally a poll to decide what I publish next. So yeah, check it out if you want. And last but most certainly not least, thank you to all of my amazing Patreons who help to make these videos possible. Support is so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without you. Their names will be on screen now. Once again, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one, which, by the way, is normally at, I think now by the time you're seeing this, it's probably the end of daylight savings, so 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
A very warm welcome to Melbourne, where the local time is 7:29. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land.